On this topic, I'll be talking on spiral consciousness. It actually has to do with modalities of life and how humans actually condition themselves to hierarchies of denominative consciousness. Let me call it that way. In a current void. So when a human being now, in my Gandalskian theory, actually misrepresents his own identity. I'm not just talking about the figure or the skin or the face or the personality or the class or even conditions of normal human life and the behaviors that is necessary for a normal human being to exhibit. But actually, the remunerations that comes with being one's whole self. Not even in the living state or in your physical state, but in your subconscious state, what you place yourself as, the value you place yourself, not in physical state, but in the similitude, the invisible you that you represent. So it's conscious spiraling or spiral consciousness which denominates the human value from the within. So talking on that, I say human beings actually are conditioned for themselves. So let me say your mother, the mother that gave birth to you, started out her life with the attitude of neglect. You neglect yourself, or you want to punish yourself for the instituted rules and corresponding inductions you've been brought up with. So you want to use that as a yardstick or deterrent to restrict yourself from imagining bolder and giving yourself the room to grow. So you limit that space in your physical fora, also in your indiminutive, that's how to call it currency, diminution. In your indiminutive state, you have already conditioned yourself, you have sealed your fate. Now what you do is, when you see people who have broken those barriers, you then start arguably to correspond, to flash your cards, and play truancy with the little time you have of yourself. Now talking about human replacement. Well, I'm not even talking about the personality image, your age, time, your whatever it is, your image or whatever it is. I'm talking about your replacement. Now, how do human beings replace themselves? It's not by birth. You don't kill and then the person you killed gave birth to somebody. The person you killed now gave birth to somebody. The person that gave birth to somebody now got killed and gave birth to somebody. And then the circle of interest keep going because it's about killing and giving birth, which is your conditioned state, which whatever it is that they must have done to you. What I'm talking about now is human beings replacement. How do humans replace themselves in conscious spiraling or spiral consciousness? If you are conscious, what do? If you know what you are doing, if you can look at yourself and say, there's this one thing you did in your entire human life and you knew what you were doing. Most people in a normal human race never knew what they were doing. So in the process of you not being influenced or being taken up by influence, it's either you are influencing or something is influencing you and you don't know what you are doing. Now, in this replacement, how do human beings replace yourself there. Some people, you'll be sure that some people actually see themselves as plate and spoon, cups, bowls, bath. I'm just saying normal human state, but replacement is far beyond that. People see themselves as cars, houses. It's just middle age corresponding factors. You see yourself as smart. So what I'm talking about is replacing yourself. How do you replace yourself from the inside out as a spiral consciousness? If you are conscious, I know I woke up today, I brushed by 12. I don't brush normal. I brushed by 12. Most times I don't even sweep. Just to place myself in that position of authority over my own life. So I know I didn't sweep, but I'll sweep by midnight. So what I'm saying is, in the corresponding factor, that is equally different. But in spiral consciousness, and there is something called replacement there. Have you ever thought of this thing that people say you are a godfather? You do like you are God-like. That is representation. Now, when we talk of replacement, it's not about dying and giving back. It's not about I have this image, I'm going to represent this person. That you used to hear in your school now. Captain did not come, I will represent him. Replacement has nothing to do with. Have you ever replaced a human being when he is gone and coming back? You want to do. Okay, so what I'm saying is, replacement has to do with your gifts, talents, and skills cannot be replaced. That is in your subconscious. You cannot. The highest thing you can do is sell it out. So I'm just talking from the tiny, little ones. Your clothes and things as can be sold and replaced, but it can never be the same fabric. Your behavior and the way you did previously, it cannot replace it. Days, time, numbers cannot be replaced. Those are things that cannot be replaced. You cannot replace what happened, the kind of weather we had yesterday, and how you felt with that weather, and how many cells in your body regrouped, and the ones that actually dissipated, the units of cells, and how many things, nutrients you gathered yesterday. Every day has a renewable energy. Now that is where replacement comes from. Renewable energy, it's more like your electricity. They say grid has fallen, or renewable grid has fallen. Now what I'm talking about is, you see, renewable energy and then replacement, they are just two adjacent brothers. Renewable energy, replacement. So what if you see what renewable energy does, and you look at replacement, you can actually fix the both, and then it's something that has common units of efficiency, not in the unit of without it would have lacked so much. So renewable energy, that's what I'm telling you, that days are counted the same way days are numbered. When tense moment give you that actual deficiency in that renewable energy, that is where they say you cannot replace conscious spiral. That is where death happens. So if you are saying, yesterday I will do it, tomorrow I will do it, oh no, I will do it yesterday, I will do it the next moment. Renewable energy. You may not gather the same energy you gathered today, if you look at it as replacement. So how do you replace renewable energy? What do you do to replace renewable energy in spiral consciousness? If you are conscious, it's beyond physical things you do, your normal duties. I know what I did now. I bought this thing. I went to market to buy shapa. So what I'm saying is, when you are conscious, you know what to do when you are unconscious. Your REM, your thinking, everything smashes into each other, and then you start to go into the oblique, then your inner light start to give you REM states. You start to see oblique things, and then you start to conjure your mind, and then it's a form of seeing the future, your unconscious states. Whatever you see in your dreams certainly happens sometimes, right? So conscious spiral. If you think you want a consistency in this program, on this channel, press like, follow, comment. Once, it's not gonna kill you. Comment and share. Post to as many as you would want. Progressive thinking to be preeminent in such a society that has gone into decadence of rabid momos. Thank you so much. Like, post, and comment. We could even link up for personal purposes. Most like participations in my upcoming. Well, I plan on getting bigger than this. So promotions, collaborations, partnerships, and even sponsorships. So get close to the Gulam's page and discuss.